Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. I hope you're all staying safe. And in this video, it's going to be a bit of a more personal video, so I'd sit down, relax, and just hear me out. Alright? Now, I made a video on this a few months ago, but I feel like I need to do like an update sort of video as I have a bigger audience, so it could like help some people out who are suffering from the same thing as I am. But I'm just going to get straight to it. I suffer from Crohn's disease. If you don't know what Crohn's disease is, it's a form of IBD, which is a medical condition which affects the immune system. And I got diagnosed when I was 8 years old, and I'm 18 years old now. So I've been diagnosed about 10 years now, about less than that maybe, I'm not really sure. But yeah, IBD or Crohn's is like really hard to deal with, and I'm very lucky to have good family and friends who have supported me throughout this 10-year journey of me just having this medical condition, not knowing what the hell it is, going through some hard times, and just everything right now. So I'm going to give you a little backstory. It's not going to be as long as like the first video I made on this, because the last video I did on this was like about 30 minutes long, and I don't want to make it that long, okay? So basically, short story, started on Christmas Day. I felt ill, very ill. It went on for about a few more days. I was in hospital. I started puking everywhere, sometimes with blood, to the point where doctors put me for an MRI, and then I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And Crohn's disease is an invisible illness. And if you don't know what invisible illness is, it's basically someone has an illness, but you cannot see it. Like, because of my immune system, my immune system, my medical condition is inside me. Because with conditions like autism and depression, you can see like that person who suffers from it. Like you can, within a snap of the finger, realize like, oh, that person suffers from depression and autism. With me, you wouldn't like be able to realize. If you were speaking to me, I would not sound like I was ill or like had a medical condition at all. But yeah, and these last 10 years have been very difficult. I've had a few moments where I've been in and out of hospital. My Crohn's can get really bad either when I'm stressed, when I have anxiety, or just whenever it wants to like just harm me, pretty much. And it's not an easy thing to deal with. I don't know how many people are in as well, but I've heard like it's estimated that 5 million people suffer from IBD. It isn't just Crohn's, this is IBD as a whole. I think there's another one called colitis. I think it has a longer name, but I don't really know that because I focus more on the Crohn's side of things. No offense to any colitis people. But yeah, like these last 10 years have just been the weirdest 10 years probably of my life. Like for the whole of the last decade was when I was suffering with this condition. And I don't really like talking about it publicly. Like, I feel like I should probably keep this to myself, but there's sometimes where in life where you just want to tell people, you know. You just want to like tell people, you know, like, yo, I suffer from this. I haven't told you, but I think I'm telling you, but I'm telling you now because I trust you with my life, and with you knowing this, yeah, basically all that stuff. And when you have Crohn's or IBD, I think you notice if you have a moment where it's just really bad, there's a thing called a flare-up, and it's pretty much where you're going through the whole thing about diagnosis again. Because what I was having back in 2010 was a Crohn's flare-up, but I didn't know I was having one because I didn't know what Crohn's was. So yeah, since then I have had about maybe 3 or 4 where I've had to be in hospital and stay overnight. I haven't had one for at least a few years, so, which is good, but I don't think that'll be my last one I'll ever have in my lifetime. If it is, thank God. But I highly doubt, 99.9% sure, that there will be another Crohn's flare-up coming for me. And yeah, the thing with Crohn's is, with me, I could be completely fine one day, and the next day completely just ill and losing the will to live. That's why I feel like making this video, talking publicly to you guys about what I've been going through, what's been happening with me over the last 10 years will hopefully inspire some people to like help out people with Crohn's and colitis and IBD, because there are a lot of charities and a lot of fundraisers for Crohn's, like one called Kikra, which I've done a couple charity live streams for on the channel. I've been to a lot of their events. They are very nice people, and yeah. And can I just say as well, if you know anyone or you live with anyone, like if you're a friend or a family member that suffers from IBD or an invisible illness at all, I want you to spend as much time with them as you possibly can, because you never know what's going to happen. Like, you should never underestimate these type of things, because the more you underestimate it, the worse it could possibly get. That's just the best advice I can give to anyone right now. And I hope by making this video I can help a lot of people out, and I can like inspire people to hopefully like learn more about IBD and how everything is, because IBD isn't the most frequent condition out there. Like, obviously if you think about depression, autism, cancer, diabetes, like all like the top 10 like main medical conditions that people live with, Crohn's isn't one of those ones that people talk about often, really. And it blows my mind, because I thought Crohn's, when I first started about it, obviously I didn't think it was a big thing at all. Well, when I found out recently that actually was bigger than I thought it was, and like it estimated that worldwide it's like become a global disease with over 5 million people in this world suffer from it, which I find to be absolutely insane. The highest annual increase in the cases of IBD include, there was 24 in Europe, which is the highest annual increase in Europe. In North America it's 19, and in Asia and Middle East it's 6. And also the highest number of IBD cases was also found in Europe were 322 per 100,000 in Germany, and 505 cases per 100,000 in Norway. And it blows my mind that in a lot of other countries, this disease, this medical condition, like, is volatile, or like affects a lot of people. And it just blows my mind, man. Like, to think that there are 5 million people in the world that suffer from the same thing that I did. Bloody Pete Davidson. You know Pete Davidson, right? Ariana Grande, the person who Ariana Grande was going to marry but didn't. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make that joke. But yeah, he suffers from the same thing as well. When I first found that out, I was like, excuse me? So yeah, like, not anyone, but like, it's one of those things that you shouldn't take lightly. Take everything seriously, because otherwise anything can happen. Like, the worst could possibly happen. Like, I don't know if IBD is deadly. I bloody hope it's not deadly, because that wouldn't be ideal. But I don't know, maybe when I get older it could get worse. But yeah, it's just something that I deal with, a lot of people deal with, and I don't know if I said this before, but I don't want to make this video, I'm not making this video for you to feel sorry for me, feel sympathy for me, any way, shape or form. I just want to make this video spread awareness of IBD, because I feel like it's not getting the like recognition it deserves. Because a lot of people do talk about it, but I feel like it needs to be talked about more, in my opinion. Because like, obviously with this whole pandemic coronavirus thing, coronavirus mainly goes after the immune system, and IBD affects the immune system. And if you suffer from IBD, your immune system is weak enough. And I don't know, but there could be loads of people out there in the world who suffer from IBD that got coronavirus and sadly passed away. And if anyone knows someone that or knew someone that did have IBD and got coronavirus and sadly passed away, then I'm very sorry for your loss, and I hope you are coping well with everything that's going on. But honestly, the whole thing right now, I'm lucky, honestly. I think I'm lucky that I didn't get coronavirus, because there was a time in March and April where I was so scared. I was getting so much anxiety about my Crohn's, thinking like, oh my god, because of my Crohn's I'm going to get coronavirus and I may possibly die. And I was getting anxiety attacks to the point where my stomach was hurting, and I think I was so close once to having an actual flare-up. Because if you have IBD, the more panicky and the more anxiety you have, the worse your Crohn's can get. and it's just something like you need to learn to control. Like, that's why nowadays I learn to control my emotions, control my anxiety, because if I didn't, I could be in a whole heap of trouble right now, and I could be like, and I could be in a hospital bed right now, just feeling very ill, and just everything, yeah. So I hope anyone watching this video can take what I've said into consideration. Anyone they know that suffers from an invisible illness, because I think there are over 50 known invisible illnesses in the world, which is absolutely insane. If you want to learn more about invisible illnesses and IBD, I will leave a link to some channels in the description. And just, yeah. My experience with Crohn's wasn't the best. I can say that right now. And I hope anyone nowadays who suffers from it gets the best treatment they can get. Get like the best support. If you do suffer from Crohn's disease or colitis or IBD in general, be sure to leave a comment, because I would love to like have a chat with you, and just communicate and interact, so we can have like a back and forth and everything. Because speaking with people who suffer from the same thing as me makes me so like happy, because like when I first got Crohn's, I thought it wasn't a thing that was very common, and I was very scared that people would judge me for it. I did get judged for it a couple of times, but those are by people who, you know, who think the world owes them a living millennial. But I just ignored them, brushed them off, and I'm live my life. Even though life has been difficult sometimes, I still been pushing through. I've been fighting, like, because obviously if I have a Crohn's flare up, I'm not just gonna. I mean, obviously I would sit lightly and have to wait, but honestly, I would not want to just let it take over my body and just leave it and get worse. I would say, no, I need to speak up about this. I'm going to the hospital, I'm getting it checked out, and I'm gonna get the treatment I need so it doesn't get worse. And I hope by people watching this video, you can understand that as well. And again, I hope this video, I don't want it to make you feel sorry for me, because this video isn't about me. This video is about IBD and the 5 million people around the world who do indeed suffer from it. So yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Please, if you could leave a like, if you could share it on all social media, so that means Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, maybe, I don't know. Because I want IBD to get the recognition it deserves. Like, it gets recognition, but like, I don't think it gets enough. I think it only gets recognition from the people who have it. I think more people who don't have it need to recognize what it is, and like need to do their part in helping like people get more treatment about it. And like, there are little kids, obviously I suffered from it when I was 8, but there are kids younger than me that got diagnosed. Like, I think there's definitely been at least some children, like some like toddlers, maybe even newborns who've been diagnosed with it. So yeah, I just hope everyone can take this video into consideration and help out and make IBD like more recognizable, and make it like, I don't really know, to be honest, but yeah, anyone you know, feel free to just go and support them, you know, because if they're feeling down or something, like, your support could make their day, and you can make them more happier, and you make someone with IBD happy, you make me happy. So yeah, I hope you guys have all enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment down below if you have Crohn's, and we can have a chat. And yeah, I hope you all have understood what I've been saying right now. I don't normally speak publicly about Crohn's, but I feel like I needed to. And if you want me to speak more publicly about it, which, no, I don't think I will, but yeah, if you want me to do another video on this, be sure to let me know. And I'll see you all soon for another video on my channel. Deuces!